So as a brand, as a business, do you believe that on television, traditional broadcasting, so say for instance you work on like a show on SABC or Vuzu or DaVinci Magic, do you believe that you should have intellectual property rights or copyright or royalties for the work that you take part of, especially if that show that you're a part of gets commissioned by another country or other channels? Do you believe that you should at least get royalties from that specific show that you've worked on?
I mean, in an ideal world, you should, but I mean, that's not how things work. Like, the deal is, and maybe it hasn't changed in a long time, but when they commission you, they're financing the show and they own it. And if they want to get a different production company for season 2, you have no say in that. And you sign the contract. So that's how it is. And the only power you have is saying no. So if you pitch something and they say, like, we're going to commission this, you can say, you know what? No, yeah, you read the contract, you're going to own this forever. They're going to make a spin-off for days and make a lot of money. It's a little unfair, but the only power we have is saying no. So it's not fair, obviously, when they sell your show to other territories or they dub it in Portuguese.
Yeah.
Seeing it there. Like, but I mean, yeah, it sucks, but it's, and they're the ones, I think the broadcasters are the ones taking the risk because they taking out the money. They have the biggest risk because they can give you money and you could run away with the money. So like they're taking the biggest risk. And that's just how it is. And I think if you don't want to lose your IP, then you have to produce it yourself with your own money and then license it to them. Then you have like legs to stand on. You can say, no, I only want to license it for this amount and for like 6 months or a year. Then you can do the heavy lifting of like licensing and selling it to different territories, dubbing it, things like that. So yeah, you have to, if you want that, you have to learn the business side of like the film and TV business, because it's a business. We don't like being creatives and like, oh, I'm a creative, but like, we don't want to learn the business side of stuff. And it is like the film business. So you have to learn those things if you want to move to that. And there are people that do that. And it's nice. I mean, look at like Tyler Perry. If he makes a Christmas movie, he owns it, whatever the percentage is, but he did put money in it, right?
Yeah.
Goes to the studio, he puts up 50%, studio puts up 50%. He has equity, and there'll always be a need for Christmas movies. Like, so there's always a check coming in.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, it sucks for creatives. Like, I think also it's because our country doesn't have the whole royalty, what thing. I know in other countries, like even actors and producers get like back end points. Like I know actors, like people that act in Friends, they always get a check, So, which is great, because I'm sure you've known about the copyright amendment bill. Like a lot of actors are dying broke because they're not making enough money. And it's hard. Yeah. And it should move that way because like, obviously without the creatives and the actors, there wouldn't be a show. But the problem is we literally have one buyer. I was reading this, like, I forgot what the word is. Like multi-choice is not a monopoly. It's like, I forgot what the word is, but they're the only people buying content. So if no one else is buying, you can't really go to anyone else. You don't have a lot of leverage. It's either like, it's like take it or leave it, Okay, nice, now we've got Netflix. But they also do the same thing. If they finance the show, they own it forever. They'll make a Spanish version and, they paid you. But unless if your deal says we're co-financing it, like let's say the show is I raise 50% and the broadcaster raises 50%, we both own equity and I can sell it somewhere else. Maybe like if you do that with like multi-choice, they'll have the African rights, right? And then you can sell it in Europe and Asia and things like that. So yeah, that's how you can actually do it.